I'm going to show you how to look up custom icons and workflow schemas via the Orchestrator REST API. Let's get started. Hi everyone, I'm Watrous from VVork. If this is your first time here and you want to learn about automating, programming, and monitoring in VMware environments, you're in the right place. I have to make a confession. I just told you that we're going to look up custom icons and we're going to look up workflow schemas via the Orchestrator REST API. That's not quite true. I'll explain why, but let's go head to the lab environment. All right, you just heard my confession. I told you we're going to do something, but we're not really going to do it. What on earth am I talking about? Well, when I talk about custom icons, what I'm talking about is a feature that has existed in Orchestrator many, many years ago. In fact, if you go look at the very first VVork video from 2013, I'll put a thingy-mobob up above so that you can go look at it. But those custom icons don't really exist as a feature in Orchestrator anymore. You used to be able to go to a workflow's summary tab and click a button to change the icon that we use for that workflow, so that when somebody else used your workflow in their workflow, their schema would show your icon. The REST request called get workflow icon will actually still work to get you the icon that's associated with the workflow, but you no longer have the ability to change the icon. If you go take a look in the Orchestrator client, open up a workflow, look at the summary tab, you will no longer see any way to set a custom icon. And furthermore, if you go digging through the API documentation for the Orchestrator REST API, there's no longer any REST request that allows you to do that. So with that said, let's go ahead and run this REST request. So I run the REST request. And as you can see, I got back a 200. And as you can see over here, there's the actual icon that this workflow is going to show up with if you add the Hello World workflow into a schema. But in the old days, you used to be able to change this icon. Nowadays, you can't. And similarly, it used to be the case, at least I think it used to be the case, if I remember a bazillion years ago, that you used to be able to use this REST request to ask Orchestrator to send you a picture, I think it was a GIF, but send you a picture of what the schema looks like for a particular workflow. So let's go ahead and run it. And if we click it, we run the request, and as you can see, this is not a schema. This is the same icon once again. So this endpoint URL, which has existed for quite some time, no longer functions. And in fact, it hasn't functioned for quite a while now. So this is an unusual video where essentially I'm pointing you to things that no longer work. Why on earth am I doing that? Well, I had planned to just skip these two REST requests and just conveniently not mention it, but I wanted to put this out there. If you are, egads, if you're this far into these videos, you're obviously pretty interested in Orchestrator, and I want to hear from people like you. If these features are something that you are still interested in, let me know. I can talk with the product management team and let them know that we've got people who still want this. On the other hand, while I think these two features are nifty, they're not absolutely required, and I would put them in the nice to have category. So let me know down in the comments below. Are these features that you still want and that I should campaign to see if we can get back? Or should we just all chalk this up as an interesting piece of trivia in the world of Orchestrator? Let me know. Join me in the next video as we continue to explore the Orchestrator REST API.